We are back with our friends from Big Brother Canada. I am here, as always, with John Richardson. We covered Big Brother Canada all season long, and we are here with our postseason interviews. We've got Black and Bru today, but before we get into that, you can follow me on Twitter at dgoodyear1975, and don't forget, tweet us your questions, hashtag YRRLive for Bruno and Godfrey. Where can they find you, John?
You can find me at Comedy Jonah, reunited, and it feels so good. That's all I can say. It's the song in my head. So excited to be talking to Black and Bru. Follow me at Comedy Jonah everywhere on social media. Hey guys, Bruno, where can we find you?
What's up, everyone? You can find me at BBCAN3 Bruno. Follow me, hit me up. Let's do it.
Awesome, Godfrey.
You can find me at BBCAN3 Godfrey. My Instagram, Godfrey the Godfather.
Awesome.
The best.
Don't let me get your blood on these hands.
Awesome. We have so many questions. I don't even know where to start. Let me just start off with you guys. How has life been post Big Brother?
Oh, man. It is. I'm just like so overwhelmed right now, trying to get back into the social media, keeping up with new trends. It's just like taking in a lot of stuff. It's like you missed a month of school, basically.
Oh, absolutely. Bruno, how's it been for you?
Yeah, you know what? It's crazy. I don't know if it's because I'm the first from Ottawa or I'm the only from Ottawa. It's just people recognize me no matter where I go, grocery shopping. I was just driving today and people are honking beside me, waving. Like it's awesome. I mean, I love it. I appreciate all the support. It's been great, though. It's been great.
Alrighty. Okay, so let's just jump into some questions here first. I got from at Bruno's Thumb to you both. Have people asked you for your autographs yet at their grocery
That's my
store?
girl right there. Go ahead, Godfrey. Take it, man.
Oh, man. Like, to be honest, when I'm walking downtown, like, it has been crazy. Like, people just approaching me. Are you that guy from Big Brother? And I try to put my hoodie on, but my afro is still sticking out, so they still recognize me, you know? It's, like, slowly dying down, but, yeah, it's something new.
Yeah, you know what? At Bruno's Thumb, I love you. You know, you've been a great supporter the whole way through. You still love to talk every day. You're amazing.
Who is at Bruno's Thumb? Who is
that? You know what?
that?
It's a fan of mine from Vancouver. I actually just sent her a couple of gifts, and I believe she just got them. I sent her my brace, so she has my actual brace that I wore in the house, and I sent her a nice.
Bruno treats his fans well.
And
how is that thumb going?
Well, man.
I still can't move it. This is it. This is as far as I can move it, and it's.
No!
Yeah,
You really did a number on that, like very early on in the game too. Like.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, I was gonna milk it. I was gonna, I was gonna pretend it was hurt. I was gonna milk it, and then it actually ended up being hurt.
Boy.
So I still can't.
They let you see doctors though, right? Like if something happens like that, like they let you see.
Yeah, you get to see. There's a medic there, but there's only so much they can do in the house. So they took care of me. They did what they could, and it's one of those things. I'm gonna, once everything kind of settles down, I have to get it checked out properly and see what happens. So.
Yeah, you're gonna need that thumb. I mean, your livelihood depends on that thumb. Quite literally.
Absolutely.
Okay, so now I have from at Leliana Sarah. Bruno, do you regret starting the Girls Alliance rumor and going against the girls the week before the triple eviction?
Here's the thing. I don't know. I guess in the show they kind of made it sound like I believe there was a Girls Alliance. It wasn't that I believed there was a Girls Alliance. I knew that they were going after the guys. They knew the guys were a bigger threat, and they wanted the guys to go after each other. So they kind of misinterpreted a little bit. Some girls weren't going to put up other girls, but I knew that they wanted like myself and Zach and Bobby to go head-to-head, and while they sat back and watched. And what I was trying to say was, we can't let that happen. As the guys, we can't let the girls sit back. So that's what it was. It wasn't so much a girls' alliance. It was we couldn't let them sit back while we go head-to-head every week, and one of the guys go home while the girls get free weeks each and every week. That's what I was trying to say.
Excellent. Okay, Godfrey. This one is from at Vince Elite 1187. He's one of our bloggers for our website. He's going to be blogging Big Brother 17 for us next season. And he says, Godfrey, what was your biggest regret looking back, and who do you think would have been the best chance of beating in the final two?
What up, Vince? Oh, man, my biggest regret in the game. Like, I try not to have too many regrets because I know that every move that I made led up to the next. So if I would have changed anything, it would have been a totally different outcome. But as to who would have been my best bet to take to the final two, I honestly think someone like Peely, who really wasn't seen as a gamer, I would have stood a way better chance next to her. But at the same time, I really thought I stood a good chance against Sarah because of all the dirty work she had done, you know. But you can never predict the jury. That's what it goes to show.
Exactly. What about sleeping? Would you have slept so much at the beginning of the game?
Like, I still think, yeah, I probably would have napped a lot too. Yeah.
Well, here's my
Part of my
question.
strategy
Here's
as
my
well.
question about sleeping. I watched you sleep a lot.
Okay.
I've watched you sleep in beds, but
That
I've
is
seen
so
that you
creepy.
preferred the HOH room floor, even when you were not have-not. When you weren't a have-not, you were still on the
Exactly.
floor. What was so comfortable about that HOH floor?
To be honest, Bruno and Bobby can attest to this. That carpet was so comforting. It was like just like therapeutic. Like when you slept there, you felt comfortable. You forgot about the game. And another thing was part of my strategy, you know, like the best place to sleep is the HOH room. You get to hear everything that's going on, see how many people are coming in and out, and that shows you a lot about what's going on in the game.
Hey guys, what I want to know too, because we saw you guys just a little over a week ago, but we know you all went to Niagara Falls, met some of your BBCAN family as well as some American BBCANs. How was that trip? I saw it all over social media. It looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah, you know what? It was actually amazing to meet all the other guests, and you know, we were so excited to meet them, and we found out they were just as excited to meet us, which was kind of, you know, surreal because these are people we watched and we were fans of, and you know, it turns out they were fans of ours too. They're really great people, down to earth. You know, they really welcomed us into the family, and we could feel that. They genuinely cared, and you know, brought us in with open arms. And you know, we made a lot of friendships that week, and you know, I still talk to these people on a daily basis. And you know what? These are friends that we're going to have for a very long time because you know, not too many people have experienced what we've experienced, so we can relate to that. And you know, they're great people, and I'm really glad to be a part of the family for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, they definitely help you
took
transition.
words right out of my mouth, man. Exactly. So welcoming.
Who were you excited to meet the most out of all of the last 2 seasons of BB Canada?
Alyssa. That's got to be Alyssa, man.
Alyssa, yeah.
Just seeing her in the flesh, I'm like, where's Rachel? You know, all of that. I was so
She
stoked.
has
And
a presence
and
to
Miss
her.
Gray.
She's got a
Exactly.
big presence to her. Absolutely. I've met her a few times, and it was just like, whoa, there's got a big aura.
As soon as she steps into the room, you feel it. You're like,
You
there's
definitely
O'Reilly
feel
here.
it, yeah. Bruno, who were you excited to meet?
You know what? I really was excited to meet Allison, Rochelle, Kenny was great. I really like Kenny. I was just, you know what? Honestly, any of them, I was really excited to meet, and we're just thankful and lucky that we got to meet a very big portion of them, and you know, most of them showed up, and it was great. It was great. I was just happy to meet them all.
Awesome.
I got another one here. From TDS444 Tiffany. Bruno, if you were scared of a girls' alliance, which we now know there wasn't really one, why did you keep Willow in the triple eviction?
Well, here's the thing. I wanted to get rid of Peely because that would have been 2 people in the Diapers Alliance that would have been gone in one go. That's why I wanted to keep Willow. But in the end, it actually benefited me more that she left because she was very close with Sarah, and I needed Sarah's numbers to go. But I did want to get rid of Kevin and Peely when the 3 of them were sitting side by side. That way it was only Zach and Ashley left, and I knew that I could come in as a 3rd number because I was trying to work both sides. You know, I wanted Zach to trust me. I just saved him, and I would have had Ashley as a number as well. Godfrey was my real number 2. I really, he was my true guy I wanted to work with. I love the guy.
Man.
Number 1, man. But at the same time, I needed to position myself better. You know, Godfrey made the right move. He got rid of Willow, and it actually worked out. Well, it would have worked out better for my game, but you know what happened the next week. But you know, it was a good move.
My bad, Bruno.
It's all good, baby. It's all good.
Let's talk about that triple eviction because that was one of the most dramatic after parts of the show that we never really got to see, like, because the feeds were cut off because the show had just ended. And I mean, I got a little bit of background information because I had a friend in the audience that day and she saw a little more than they showed us. But was that fight really as big as they did it on TV, or was it?
You don't even know. That was crazy. I was right in the middle. I was thinking, man, haymakers will be thrown. Like, it was crazy. It was intense. I thought Sarah was legit gonna, like, come at Bruno. Like, it was nuts.
That's the thing, you know. From what I saw on the show, you know, they did show my retaliation. I found they didn't really show what went on beforehand and what she came at me
Exactly.
with. You know, but it is what it is. I get it's a show. That's what they chose to show. That's what they chose to show. But you know, we were in the room. She came at me. You know, we're all heated. You know, I just made a big move that obviously didn't benefit her game, so she was upset. So she came in, said her piece, and I retaliated and said mine back. But you know what? That's what they chose to show, and hey, that's the way it goes.
It happens. You got past it. You apologized. It's all
Absolutely.
good. You love
And
each other now, people. Get off of Bruno's case.
There's no hard
Oh,
feelings.
boy.
You know, Sarah and I, we talk daily, and there's no hard feelings at all.
Yeah.
And you know what happens in the house stays in the house. You know, I saw her the day, you know, right after the finale. We were at the hotel there, and you know, we all hugged it out, and with her boyfriend too. Everything's good. I mean, it's just, you know, it's everything's good.
Yeah, and that's something I really liked about you Canadians, because in America we hold grudges. We will pull out a shank, and even at
No
finale,
way.
we'll shank you. Yeah,
Oh boy.
We were good. We were good.
you guys
That
are
is
classy.
one thing I
like it.
really noticed about the season 2. Yeah, like a lot of people were less like confrontational, which would surprise me as well. You know.
Which I think is why, like, when Bruno and Sarah were going at it, everyone was like, wow, like, because we didn't get a
Exactly,
lot
yeah.
of that. We didn't get any of that since, like, Greg and Johnny kind of went at it on the stairs over him using the veto or whatever. So,
Yeah.
and I mean, in Bruno, too, because you're always so calm and, like,
Yeah, absolutely.
collected, like, to watch you
Yeah.
lose your cool a little bit, we're like, where did this guy come from? But, I mean,
Yeah. Emotions are running high.
tell me
You know.
you cannot live with somebody for 30, 40 days at a time and not lose your shit at them once.
Yeah.
Like, come on,
Exactly.
it's gonna happen.
It's gonna come to a time where it happens. You know.
Like,
Absolutely.
I lose my shit on my husband on a daily basis. And I
Right. Dana and I can barely do a hangout, and we lose it on each other. Okay, and imagine if we were in the house.
Oh my god. Okay, I got one for Godfrey here now. So Godfrey from Tiffany again. If there was no have not power, what would have been your plan for the final 2 or 3 after Brittany left?
Like, to be honest, I actually think the have not power put a huge dagger right through my game. Because it's because of the have not power that I lost my number one ally, Bruno, who I thought I was going to make it deep within the game. So had that not happened and everything went according to plan, Brittany would have gone home that week. And then Sarah would have been left alone, and I still would have been the middleman. And whoever won, I was still sure they were not coming after me. So the have not power, like, even though I was safe from the block, a lot of people didn't know that I really didn't need that power. I was going to be safe either week. But either way, it still worked out good for my game.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Okay.
All right, guys. So also, too, what I kind of want to know, and for people who haven't seen our interviews yet on our website at www.yourrealityrecaps.com/BBCAN, a lot of people were saying, my gosh, there were so many twists, too many twists than previous seasons. What do you guys say to that, as far as there wasn't maybe enough time for you guys to kind of bond more and play more of the mental game due to all the twists? Godfrey? What do you
Like,
think?
I'll say, like, for me, like, I think I've been really vocal throughout the season how I've emphasized the importance of the social aspect of Big Brother. And I think deep down to the core of it, it's a social game. And when you have all these twists, they take away a huge part of that, because somebody like Bruno, who really did play the perfect game, really was what up. He got screwed over by those twists big time, you know. And I think that it really downplays the good players and it doesn't let them shine. But at the same time, I understand the other perspective that the game is advancing, it's evolving, and it can't be the same old stuff over and over again. But me personally, like, I'm not a big fan of the twist. I just want people to battle it out. Let's see who the best strategic person is with the least help possible. You know?
Wits and brawn, right? Wits and brawn.
Exactly, you know, wits and brawn, that's what it's all about.
Bruno, what do you think about all the twists? And what your friend just said about it, you got screwed.
You know, you know, to be honest, I've heard that a lot. I've heard that over and over, and you know what? It's one of those things. And I even said before, you know, I watched the show. I said, as a fan, you know, you appreciate the twist. As a player, you don't. But you know, I have to say, watching the season, I do felt there was way too many. Twists are never made to take out, you know, people that aren't playing. They're always made to take out the person that's either on top at the moment or making moves or wants to, like, play the game. So I find, you know, when there's a lot of twists like that, it almost chokes the game to the point where people don't want to make moves. They want to to just stay low, sit on the couch, do nothing, because, you know, week after week as a twist comes, they just float by, right? Whereas someone like me, I'm in there to make moves and bring some entertainment to the show, and, you know, try to strategically place myself week after week, but you can't when twists are coming your way and you just don't know what's going to happen.
I mean, even in, you know, Big Brother United States, when they have, it's double eviction, it's like, and with Canada, there were so many twists, it was like, womp, 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 who cares? That's nothing compared to the triple eviction and
Battle
the
of
secret
the
power rising from the floor, and
Yeah.
And
It was
like,
a tough one, but
Bruno, one of those twists happened on your HOH week, and I mean,
absolutely.
when Canada gives you a power, you kind of are like,
I know,
I
right?
need to use this, but it was so early in the game that it would have I mean, we've talked about this before. It was so early, it would have totally screwed up your game. So now you're like,
I don't think it was that early. It's never too early to make a big move. Never.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you right now, man. I did have that veto. It was way too early in my eyes. You know, to pull 2 people off and to put 2 people up, that's 3 people that you would have nominated that stay home. So if any one of them won HOH, it's just easy for them to say, hey, listen, you put me up as a pawn. I'm just coming back at you. It's just an easy excuse to put you up. And at the same time, it was way, 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 way too early in the game.
See,
what was your favorite?
Dana and I debated on that, and I agreed with you, Bruno. I thought it was too early too, but yet Dana agreed with Godfrey and said, nope, when Canada gives you power, you have to use it.
Yeah,
So,
but
and I only say that like in the terms of our game, because Canada's game is so based on like polls and like who do you want to have this power and who do you want to have that power. So when someone gives you power and you don't use it,
want you to do something with
sometimes we can get mad at you. So like, I fear for Bruno to be. I don't want people to get mad at Bruno because that can kind of mess up his game later on or whatever. Like if something really bad were to come down the pipe, Canada could be all bitter bitches and be like, "Well, no, we gave you 1 power, so now we're gonna punish you." But I mean, I agree too that it was a little early in the game to be pissing off that many people.
And I'll tell you something. That power was built for the HOH to not win. It was made for someone else to win that power, to use it to save 2 people, gain 2 allies, and put more heat on the HOH, which I luckily won that week, so I controlled that. Because say Johnny won it or someone else like Zach or JP won it, they could have easily just said, hey, Johnny and Sarah, I'm going to save you 2. You owe me. And now Bruno's going to have to get more heat on his hands. So because I won it and I was HOH, it was just very easy for me to say, you know what?
Definitely,
I'm not using it, and I'm keeping everything the same.
Exactly. It was a good move. Now I have one here from at Christina Stoge. Bruno and Godfrey, what were your favorite competitions to compete in?
For myself, I would say my favorite was the slop off. I loved that. That one was amazing, and also the through the ringer. Obviously, I won. I got to see my family and all that stuff. But it was so fun to play. As much as I, kept jamming my thumb every time I went through, it was really fun to play. I loved it. My man Godfrey helped me out a bit. It was awesome.
You two were the only ones to come up with that plan where, like, I got no chance in hell. I might as well help somebody that's going to help me. Like,
yeah, like, I thought about it. I'm like, hey, because I knew I was going to lose that competition right away. I'm like, I might as well hook up Bruno, maybe in good faith. He won't nominate me, and, like, it worked out. It showed that I had trust in him.
Yeah. He was always safe in my eyes.
What were your favorite ones, Godfrey? What were your favorite?
Oh, jeez. Well, considering I threw most of them, like, I'd say one I really enjoyed competing in is the soccer one. Yeah. The soccer one was great, just like coming at Zach, knocking him down. I had fun in that competition.
That looked like
the one I'm
so
talking
much
about,
fun.
right? The have not one.
That was like
Trust
so
me, if you guys
fun.
were in those balls, you would have loved it. You would have loved it.
And the pizza challenge, come on, you didn't like eating pizza?
Oh, boy. The pizza challenge was good, and just the reward made it that much better, after all those days. Because I had not won HOH. I was probably the only one who hadn't heard from my family. And, like, that was just great seeing my sister, and eating all that pizza.
How's your sister doing?
Oh, she is great. Oh, she's doing well. She's doing
Do we know yet? Is it a boy? Is it a girl? Do we know yet?
No, she wants to keep it a surprise. Yeah.
If it's a boy, she's got to name it.
Yeah.
Which means it's gonna be a blind side.
Which means everybody watching has to follow Godfrey to find out, right, Godfrey?
Absolutely, you got it, John. You got it.
And follow his twist sister. His sister is the sweetest girl on Twitter, right?
Oh yeah, like I'm telling you.
Oh my God, I love her so
She
much.
gives me so much support, so much.
She was great. Okay, we got another one from Tiffany. It says, Bruno, I know Bobby was obviously your closest ally, but do you think campaigning so hard for him was your undoing with Brittany?
You know what? I know it definitely put some distance between me and Brittany. What a lot of people don't know is that Brittany and myself are very, very close. We talked in the first week and I told her flat out, I said, listen, Brittany, I'm never going to vote you out and I'm never going to put you up. And when I won HOH, I proved that to her and we had that bond. But when Bobby went up, you know what? Bobby and Godfrey were my two number ones, but people didn't see that myself and Godfrey were so close because we kept it kind of a secret and we kept it from everybody. But I was just as close to Godfrey as I was to Bobby. The three of us were kind of working together. But yeah, you know what? I needed Bobby in the game. I knew I was going to put some heat on myself for campaigning for him, but at that moment I didn't care because I needed him in that game so much that I didn't care. I knew I could weasel my way out of any situation if I had the time. And yeah, maybe I put a little distance between Brittany, but I don't know if it was the end of us, though. I don't think that.
Did you know of his secret veto?
Yes, I did, actually. What happened was he comes out of the vault.
The Bob veto.
And, he comes out of the vault and he tells myself, Zach, Willow, and Ashley that he has a veto. And I was upset. I was like, why are you telling these guys? Like, at that point, he trusted them. And I was trying to tell him, you can't trust these people. So I was upset, but then he pulls me aside and says, listen, Bruno, I really don't have a veto instantly. So I knew right away he didn't have this veto, and we used that to our advantage. So Zach thought that we were going to save him with this veto, which kept us safe for another couple of weeks. So it worked to our advantage, and we definitely, that was an awesome play. Bob doesn't get enough credit for it. It was a beautiful play. Absolutely beautiful play.
Did you coach him at all on how to, like, raise this up? Or, like,
you know what?
Maybe you could have helped him make something that looked a little more legitimate. Like,
okay, now this is the thing.
Here's my veto right here. Here's mine.
This is the thing. I didn't actually know that he made this veto or broke a hanger. That I didn't know about. So when he pulled this thing out, I was like, what are you doing, guys?
Here's Godfrey's. Here's mine.
So that was a surprise for me.
Here's mine. Here's my veto right here. It's all good.
So that was a surprise to me. But the fact that he didn't have it, I knew that.
That's so funny. Now, who came up with the candy? Like, you guys, like, as a girl who loves sweets and food and all that good stuff, you guys wasted a lot of good candy in that house, just strategizing and making charts. Like, it hurt my heart to see all that candy go to waste. Who came up with all those ideas to do that?
You know, for me, it was just one of those things. I'm a visual learner. If I just put things out, I could see it. I could visualize who's working with who, and for me, it was easier. And I knew to get through to Bobby that time when we made that flip on JP, I needed to show him. You know, words only go so far, but I had to show him who's working with who, where we stand, and it worked. So
that was a hard sell with Bobby. That was like it took a long time for you to get him to see the light about.
The thing with Bobby's, he's a very, very loyal man. He's loyal almost to a fault, and he really wanted the chop shop to work. I knew Zach turned on us. I was trying to tell him, but I didn't want to push too far. If I pushed too much, I would have pushed Bobby away. So I was trying to just push enough so he would listen, and then I would back off when I felt like I was pushing too far. And then the next day I would try again. But he's a very, very, very smart guy, and he definitely made the right choice at the end of the day.
Speaking of Chop Shop, why was our man Godfrey not invited to be part of this elite alliance?
He was asleep.
You know what? Godfrey, he was one of those guys, and it was great because we had the Chop Shop, and we always said, listen, Godfrey is a vote for us. So instead of him being a part of the Chop Shop, he was the honorary member. So that was my way of getting him safe so he wouldn't go up on the block, but at the same time, people would know that he would vote with us. So he wasn't part of the Chop Shop. Me and him were tight, but he was protected by the Chop Shop.
He was an honourary member but wasn't aware of it.
He slept through being part of the party.
Yeah.
Like, here's an award, but we're not going to tell you.
Oh, there he's coming back.
He said he had to drop off and come back on.
Okay, so I have one for Bruno here while Godfrey sorts himself out. What was something you missed after getting back into the real world that you never thought you would have missed? Something in the Big Brother house that you're missing that you never thought you would miss?
You know what? That's a great question. You know, it's one of those things. Like I never thought I would miss it, but every night before I go to bed, or before I put my sons to bed, I read them 2 books. Every single night, I read my sons' books. Now I knew I was gonna miss it, but I didn't realize how much. I just really miss sitting down with them, having that bonding time. I read a couple books to them every night, and that I missed tremendously. That was one of the hardest things for me. for
It's
sure.
hard
really-
being a
I really-
parent in that Big Brother house.
I
Like,
really thought you were going to say Xbox One. I really thought.
You know what? That too, but
Xbox One.
like how hard was it for you to be in that house without your boys? Like, I know Sarah's kind of vocalized it as, I mean, like, you miss them and, like, you miss your family, but, like, when you have little people, you don't know how they're doing without you. Like,
Absolutely.
exactly. Like, so what was the hardest part? Was it the not knowing or just the sheer missing or all of it combined?
Here's the thing. The day before I got picked up to get pulled away to go to the show, the day before we went to the Children's Hospital CHIO, and they told me that my son may need surgery on his feet. He has to get special boots. This is the news I heard the day before I left. So I had that weighing on my mind at all times. You know, and yeah, it was tough. It was literally the day before. And you know, and not to take anything away from anybody else's families. Everyone's family is important, but I have 2 little kids at home, and you know that's something that they won't understand. You know, we all have brothers and sisters and everyone that we miss, but you know, my 2 little kids, and they're very, very young. They're at an age where they need me there. They're a lot of work, and luckily, we have a good support system, and my sister, my parents, and my in-laws, and just everybody was just there helping. So you know what? That's the reason why I went on the show. If I didn't have that support system, I wouldn't have gone. But as much as it was hard, they also gave me that boost to push through the pain and to play the game.
You've got a great family. I sat behind them at the finale, and they are a bunch of not only characters, but you can just really see the strength.
I love
and unity.
Oh,
in
you
your
gotta
family.
love Bruno's
Team
family.
Bruno. They
You gotta
are
love
great.
them.
Amazing.
So
Love them.
Dana, I want you to ask the same question to Godfrey. What was it? What was the one thing
What's the one thing you missed? Now that you're back in the real world, what was the one thing you missed that you
that
never
you
thought
didn't
you would miss?
realize that you missed?
The one thing I missed. Oh yeah. And first of all, I apologize for coming off. Swear I did not go to take a nap yet, boy. The one thing I missed. Like,
But
to be
that you
honest,
didn't think you would miss. That you didn't think you'd miss. Like,
That
oh my
shocked
god.
you. Like, oh my god, I
Yeah.
missed this.
like I'd have to say just like that normal human interaction, just like because when you're in the Big Brother house and you talk to people, it's never really, you can never tell if it's genuine or not, as opposed to when you're with your friend and you're talking about a story or sharing something, there's no game tag, there's no manipulation. And that's the one thing I miss, just a genuine conversation where you're not paranoid and where you don't have to second guess people, because you never know how important that is in the real world. You take it for granted. But when you go in an environment like that, like it really wakes you up and you're like, geez, I really miss talking to people,
Are you guys still like mic checking and like battery pack checking every night and like
Oh, no.
waiting for someone to come around with a new battery for you?
Exactly. Like I was going to the washroom just last night and I'm like checking, to take something off. Yeah, like it's like that hardwired in my brain now.
Oh my god, that is hilarious. Like you're showering and you're like, oh wait a minute, I can just take off my clothes.
I'm like, I don't have to change in the corner hiding anymore. Like I'm in my room. Yeah.
Like how cognizant of you were like, oh my god, like I don't want like my stuff to like be broadcast.
I am telling you, Bruno would tell you this. One day I was so paranoid. I'm like, I swear I just showed my junk to the camera. I hope that stuff is not online. Like I was tripping out, and like Johnny and them, they had to console me and be like, Godfrey, don't worry, hopefully it hasn't been shared on Twitter yet. Like, yeah.
But then you got Bobby just running around like butt naked, like you
I
just
know.
there. Like, hey, here's my butt.
Yeah.
Here's my butt. It's all right. That's so funny.
So
Okay,
funny.
I got some more here for you. So Bruno and Godfrey from Liliana Sarah. Have you gone back and watched any of the feeds, and did you see anything interesting that you weren't aware of?
Go for it, buddy.
I haven't even, to be honest, I have not watched any of the feeds. I actually haven't watched the show itself. I only watched the first episode with the rest of the cast, like after the finale. But like I just stayed clear away from it because like when I walked out of the house, I told everybody, I'm like, hey, whatever we said to each other, let's all bury it, and like it's the real world now. And I just don't want to watch it and like like end up getting caught into it again.
A lot of you have already finished watching like Kevin and Peely and Jordan, and like a lot of them have actually just finished watching the seasons already.
I honestly
been,
can't even. It's still fresh in my mind too, like so.
Yeah.
But I think I will watch it eventually. I definitely will.
Just need a break. How about you, Bruno? Have you watched anything?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I actually did finish the season. I finished the whole season, and the live feeds though. Not really. I've just seen a couple of clips that I was looking for. Like I was trying to find us playing Godball, or just certain things, certain conversations I had. But it's hard to find them. So But yeah, I've seen a couple, but nothing really surprising. Nothing crazy.
Like this season was a lot of like people were keeping. I mean, and you guys were part of it, keeping a lot of things hidden from the house. Like we had Kevin being a poker player, and Godfrey being a psych major, and Nay has like a million careers, and Greg being a baseball player, Zach being pre-med, and you being like a first-class gamer. Like, what of all of that shocked you? Like when you found out a lot. Like I mean, some of it got
Who
revealed.
people really were? Did that shock you? Right?
Yeah, you know what? I had no idea Kevin was a poker player until I was in jury. He told me then. Godfrey, I had no idea. I knew he was a smart guy, but I never would have guessed that. Yeah, but there's a lot of secrets. It was definitely a season of secrets for sure.
How hard was it?
As a doctor, though, oh man, and Bruno was on it telling everybody, and no one believed him. We were like, dude, you're crazy. And then it turns out she actually is a doctor. I don't know how he caught on to that. I really don't know.
Makes sense, buddy. It's right there.
And like Bruno, you did tell people about your gaming at some point.
There was a couple people I told because at that point in the game, I was using it more to bond. I knew JP was a big gamer, and I knew that we didn't really have a bond and we were kind of drifting. I also wanted to see if I could trust him, and it was funny because I told him that, and he right away ran and told Zach. Zach came up to me the next day and started asking me questions about being ranked in gaming. So right there and then, I knew Zach and JP were together. JP's got to go, and he did. So it worked to my benefit.
Like, how happy were you when you went out to that veto competition and saw the guns, and you're like, yes, my competition to win, baby.
That was mine. Nobody was winning that one. Nobody was winning that one.
So, Bruno, we saw just glimpses of the jury house. We saw when you broke the news to Willow, of course, and she cried. Anything else we haven't seen that was kind of a little crazy that happened?
To be honest,
no fights, no duking it out. No, listen.
I tell you right now, everyone got along. It was great.
Yeah.
Everyone got along. There was a lot of drinking, whatever you want to do, hot tubbing, just whatever you want to do. And it was great. It was everyone got along. Everyone put the games aside. We all just sat down, laughed about our games. Yeah. I did pitch a lot to vote for Godfrey to win. I tried to get him to win.
Good job, man. Good job. Good looking out.
Yeah, man. I was fighting for you, buddy. There's a lot of that, but at the same time, it was a lot of just hanging out, and like I said, we all laughed about our games and when we were really coming for each other and what our ideas were, and it was great. It was a good time.
Here's one that kind of ties into this. Now, Bruno, you won a luxury competition where you got to see videos of the season. So what did you see on your luxury during that prize that wasn't shown on TV? Like, was there anything you got to see?
I'm curious to know that too. Yeah.
What? Sorry, say it again. What was the question?
When you remember when you won that luxury competition where you got to see like videos?
Oh yeah.
Like what did you get to see? And was there anything you saw that we never got to see? Like. Yeah.
So here's the thing. Because I got this. It's supposed to be some special video that shows me from the past. So it shows me something about the past. Sorry, the house guest past. So I figured, this is going to be great. It's going to be some game talk, clips of game talk, and I was going to use it to my benefit. I was actually going to lie and, tell certain people this is what I saw, and then I was going to tell other people this is what I saw. But I was told I had to tell the truth. I had to tell what I saw. I couldn't make anything up, which kind of bothered me at first because I had no idea what the clip was. Then I sat down, and it was the intro to Risha's intro, Neha's intro. The first 4 people that were officially eliminated from the game, I just got to see their intros. So
like your little bio packs?
Yeah, exactly. So that's how it actually proved to me that when I called Neha a doctor and I was saying it in that moment when I saw that she was like, yeah, I'm a chiropractor, that's when I was like, you know what, I knew it. And that's when I told the rest of the house. But it was just, it was nothing crazy, nothing that really benefited my game in any way, which kind of sucked because I thought it would. But yeah, it was just the bios.
Hey, Bruno, my question to you, I'm dying to know this. We talked to you finale night, we talked to you the day after, you said you had no regrets about bringing Sarah over Ashley. Now that you've had that time to let that marinate, have you changed your mind about that, or are you still cool with giving Sarah the money?
Absolutely not. I still stand by my decision because I know the mindset I made it in. I really weighed both options out, and like Ashley had her entire alliance sitting on that jury, and I knew Zach and Kev had a lot of influence, and the only person I could count on to fight for me would have been Bruno and Bobby. So I knew right away. I was like, Godfrey, assuming you're going to lose to both girls, who would you rather lose to? You know, who would you feel less embarrassed to lose to? And the whole season, I was talking about fight the showmasters, defeat the showmasters.
Exactly.
And I was not about to let the season end with me, the Godfather, losing to a freaking showmaster. So I was like, you know what?
Third year in a row.
Poison with Sarah.
Third year in a row.
Exactly.
Like I said
It
in
would
your
have been the
interview.
third year in a row.
Like I said in your interview with you, you didn't have blood on your hands till the very end, and then you just slaughtered, just everywhere.
Your speeches were probably the best part of the season. Like, how did you sit and think about those long and hard? Did they just kind of come to your head when you're standing there?
It was right in the heat of the moment, you know. Like, I'd sit down and I'd think about my speech. I'm like, okay, Godfrey, you got to be civil. Like, you know, don't say anything that's going to get you into trouble. But then when I stand there and I just look at Zach, I'm like, man, I really want to back out. And it just came out of my mouth. I'm like, man, I'm coming after you. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And, like, part of it was strategic. I was like, if I call this guy out and make the house believe that I really have it out for him, they're going to keep me around just as a shield for them, you know?
Absolutely. All right, so Bruno, back to the jury. We've got Bruno's thumb now. She's in our chat room. She should be called Bruno's hand.
Thumb.
What's
Yeah,
up?
Bruno's
The best.
She should be Bruno's hand because she's everywhere. She says, ask him what we did not see when you told Willow, because she says people are ragging on you and she is sick of it.
People are mad about that.
Yeah, you know what? Listen, it's a show. They're gonna edit things the way they want to edit it. It was a lot more of a conversation. Myself and Willow even talked in the bedroom after, but you know what? That's things you don't see. At the end of the day, you got to remember it's a show. So yes, I told Willow. We talked it out. I talked to her every day for 7 days. You know, me and Willow would sit down and we'd talk about it. And it you know what? The way they made it a lot worse than it was. It was, you know what? Like I said, at the end of the day, it's a show. So they're gonna do what they gotta do. And but yeah, Willow and myself, we talked about it every single day. We talked about it civilly and everything.
And
That's
Dana and I talked to Willow. She's fine. Bruno's thumb. Tell them to watch our interview with Willow because she's fine.
She was told, because I think I probably talked to her either the day you came into the jury house or probably the day after. Like, it was a Friday that I talked to her.
That's right.
And she was fine with Sarah and everyone. Like, so like, but we didn't get to see all that footage until like the week later. So I'm talking to a Willow that's like, yes, I love Sarah and everything is great. And like then they show her like crying again, and I'm like, that's not the Willow that was the Willow of 4 days ago.
Yeah.
Like,
The other thing too is
I even thought that Bruno talked to her and told her the total truth, and it's editing. Like, this is a show, you edit it the way you want to get the dramatics, and that's the end of it.
And the thing is, you don't see where I actually tell Willow that she voted out by accident because she thought we were keeping Kevin, so she voted to keep Peely so that Peely would stay over Kevin. I even explained that to Willow, but of course you don't see that because they want the dramatic effect, and you saw what you saw.
Exactly. They don't want to see Willow happy. And I'm like, and Willow was one of our most watched exit interviews. Too.
No way.
It is. She's gotten more hits than pretty much than most of you guys combined. Like about the little exit interviews we did on the phone.
I have to see that interview. Then I have to see that.
Like, I mean, it's just audio with music and stuff like that. But I'll send you the link to it. But everyone loves it, and I have one for you now, Bruno. Sure. From my mom Anna. Bruno, whenever you're from one Italian to another, now that you've done Big Brother, what reality show will you do next? Ti amo.
I love that. If I were to do one, my wife is a huge fan, and myself of Amazing Race. That's something we actually wanted to do together before we had kids.
Do it.
I would, you know what? So we'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens. That's something we'd love to do together. And
or you and Godfrey, Black and Blue.
Godfrey,
Black and Blue, man.
Black and Blue on the Amazing Race.
Oh,
man.
You guys already abandoning me for the wife, man.
I'd have to get like a wagon or something so I could drag him while he sleeps. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Yeah, I would love to take Godfrey, man. 100%. Love this guy.
My God.
You, man.
I can
Back to his real final two, man.
I can totally see you on Amazing Race. That would be amazing.
You know, I would love that. I would love that. My wife and myself have a great connection, great relationship. We get along. You know, we have good communication with each other. I think we'd kill it.
I hope you get along.
No, wow. But, I mean, you see how it is. People get upset and they're arguing. We're not that kind of people.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Oh
what
my
I
God,
think.
your wife is amazing. I just love her.
Awesome.
Tell her I say hi. I miss her.
I will. I will.
Just talk to her like every day. Okay, this is a funny one from Bruno's thumb again. Be in God. Why are you guys so awesome?
That's Godfrey's answer. You
Oh,
got it,
I
buddy.
need
It's
to
yours.
know.
Why?
Hey, man. Where else are you going to see the Italian stallion and the Godfather, the innocent bystander, tearing it up in the Big Brother house? I honestly think that, like, the reason me and Bruno were, like, so legit is that throughout the game, we never, like, no one ever knew we were actually together. Because, like, on day one, I don't know if they showed this because I haven't watched the show. We sat in the hot tub, and we were like, and I told Bruno, I'm like, Bruno, Greg is blowing up. You and I got to stick it together. Let's just promise each other not to vote each other out, to watch each other's back, and we don't have to, like, be hanging out like everybody else. And, like, that worked out throughout the game, you know, and the only time we talked strategy was during Godball. So, you know.
Yeah, it was the best. It was the best.
You're just the best days, man.
So rank your paranoia level on a scale of 1 to 10 throughout most of the game.
You said which what?
Rank your paranoia level on a scale of 1 to 10.
Oh.
A
It should be on
thousand?
a scale of one to Greg. That's how you should rate it. Like me, I'd say I'm pretty up there. I just didn't show it as much, but I was really paranoid every minute, every second, you know. Like, even when I talked to Bruno, I was like, dude, man, like, we gotta, you know, this guy, so-and-so is coming after us. Like, I was really worried in the house.
Yeah,
How about
absolutely.
you, Bruno?
Absolutely. You know what?
1 to 10.
You're always paranoid in the house. You have to be, and that's the thing. You can't get comfortable. So you're always paranoid. And like Godfrey said, you know, we'd always relay messages to each other. But no matter who you talked in that house, you know, the only person I really did trust, I'd say, is Godfrey and Bobby. Other than that, whoever you talk, you know that whatever you say is going to be used against you down the road. You're always paranoid.
Gonna go out there.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like high school.
High school all over again.
Okay, Godfrey, you are the self-proclaimed lady pleaser. You went into this house with a girlfriend. Now let's just tell the world
boy.
your relationship status now. Are you on the market? Are you off the market?
Let me just say, I'm
Somewhere
kind of,
in between market.
I'm kind of that exclusive product where I'm on the black market, but you won't find me on the regular market, you know?
Girl.
You know what I mean.
You heard it here first.
How is your cat? How is your cat? Because you seem in your bio pack, I'm like, I think this dude's gonna miss his cat more than his girlfriend. So how is the cat?
As soon as I saw her, I was like, oh my god, I freaking love her. Man. Like, and I was legit when I said, like, I actually released a couple mice in the house for her to chase, you know, whilst I was gone away. And, like, people were like, are you crazy, man? I came back to hear that Daisy put in work, man. She did it up. Yeah. I love that cat, you know. The real final two, move over, Bruno.
Here's one for both of you. Who do you guys really think the best player of the season was?
You know what?
Besides yourselves.
So,
right?
okay, I can't say Godfrey.
So I can't say Bruno?
No, you
All
can say Bruno, but you can't say you, Godfrey.
You know what? I'm
Yeah,
going to say
honest,
Godfrey
yeah.
played such a good game that it was actually
Oh, man,
so under the
come on.
table, and that's
Yeah.
what I tried telling people, man. This guy is so good that you don't see what he's doing. And that's what I tried to explain to people in the jury, because everyone said, well, what did he do? I said, well, listen, he's the only one to call out an entire alliance, and that entire alliance is sitting beside me in jury, and he's there in the final two. That guy was such a good player. It was so good, again, that it was underrated, and people didn't actually see what he was doing. In fact, I think it was so good that it worked against him.
That was the number one thing we asked you guys the day after the finale when we interviewed you in person, was everyone could not wait to watch the season to see Godfrey's game, because it did go unnoticed. Absolutely. Godfrey, who do you think was the best player was besides yourself?
Well, besides myself, like, to be honest, like, I'd have to say, because, like, you know, I really, really respect social game above anything else. If you can make no enemies and maintain respect in the house, I consider you to be the best player. So I'd have to say Bruno and Willow, because I think they played a very similar game where they were really well liked. No one was ever going to put Bruno on the block. had he not been affected by that twist. Like, this guy was set. Even I knew I couldn't beat him, and still I was willing to go to the final two with him. That's how good he was, you know. Like, he was a family man, and all that played into people's emotions. So I guess they'd have to say Bruno and Willow, just because of the way she was able to maneuver between alliances and not have a target on her back, you know. And when Willow left, I actually called myself the new Willow. I was like, I'm going to do exactly what she was doing. I'm going to play both sides. So, like, those two, I really respect their game, man, because they didn't need to win comps. They would have been safe either way.
Did either of you guys base your gameplay on a past player? Like, I mean, you're kind of looked at as like the Derek Bruno, where you like kind of ran but didn't run things. Like, it wasn't so overt that people were doing your bidding, and I guess being a dad, like, you were kind of like compared to Derek. But like, would you concur with that, or do you think it's different?
There's just the simple fact that someone even puts my name and his name in the same sentence is crazy to me. That guy is the best player. He's my favorite player. Him and Dan Giesing are my two players. To even hear those two names in the same sentence, it just blows my mind. You know what? I'll tell you right now, though. If Derek was cast in BB17, I still would have gone in and played the exact same way. I wasn't trying to mimic anybody. I just went in being myself. I always said, I'm not going to paint everyone with one brush. I'm going to deal with people on a one-on-one basis, and just, get to know people and learn their strengths and weaknesses and use it to my advantage. So that's just what I was doing going in. I wanted one person I could trust. I actually found two people, which was Bobby and Godfrey. But you know what? I wasn't really mimicking anybody. I was just being me, and I felt that's what got me to where I got.
What advice would you give, let's say, me or Dana, if we were to go on Big Brother?
Never go on Big Brother.
It's hypothetical, Dana. What advice would you give us, Bruno?
Don't take any strategy talk from Greg. That's what I'll tell you.
Oh, boy.
I love the guy. He's amazing. I love the guy.
We love the Ninja.
Played way too hard, way too fast.
Godfrey, what advice would you give me if I was going to go on Big Brother Season 4? Because we know it got renewed.
Hey, man. My advice to you two would be, Dana and John, stop being so awesome. If you're too liked in the house, you're going to get voted out.
I'm going to
start
sleep.
being a douchebag.
I'm not serious. How did Zach was so, like, did it shock you when you kind of, like, heard about, like, my God, there were, like, a million alliances, and Zach was pretty much in every single one of them. Like, that kid was protected from week one.
He was well set up.
Like, he just set himself up, and, like, I mean, even Bruno yourself, you'd be like, we need to get out Zach, but next week, you would always push him back. And I'm like, how are you pushing back this 6'4" monster in the house? He's such a beacon. Like, he should be out, but he was so protected that nobody could catch him.
Yeah, now here's the thing. You know what? He was a very good player. I don't want to take anything away from him. Great social game. Amazing, amazing player. I thought he played one of the best games. The thing with him is after every ceremony we would have, he would always run into the pantry with whoever he wanted to talk game with, and they would sit there for 20, 25 minutes. So it was very clear who he was working with and who he trusted.
Absolutely.
So he definitely showed his cards, and in the end, that's why everyone knew he had to go. That's what actually got JP out of the house. Is, like I say, the ceremony would end. They'd go in the pantry for 45 minutes and start talking game. Well, it doesn't take 45 minutes to get a banana.
Not subtle at all. Not
subtle at all.
So were you guys really aware of New? I mean, they are under the impression that nobody knew about Newport until Zach won HOH and Jordan lost his shit.
Come on.
Very obvious.
That was the most obvious thing. Like, a lot of, like, we may not have known the actual alliance names, like the ciphers. But it was pretty obvious that Peely, Ashley, Kev, and Zach were together, Like, you didn't have to put a name on it. You just knew. And the fact that they were actually, like, foolish enough to put a name on it, like, I think it dug a hole for them. Because, like, when they got
the name they put on it, what do you guys think of this Diaper Alliance?
I think it was pretty creative, man. Like, really smart. They knew they needed each other, and they did a wise move by working together because the house was going to be gunning for them. So, like, that was a good move on their part.
Those four. Okay, let's see.
All right, we got a shout out from Mr. AJ, the artist, is watching our show now and is a big fan of Big Brother Canada.
He has watched all of our shows all season long, and one of his questions is, he's an artist. He does, like, some really cool collages and stuff like that, and he wants to know who your favorite artists are. Like who do you have hanging in your house that you love so much,
Like art-wise?
art-wise?
I don't know if you can see. I'm a big superhero fan and stuff like that, and I actually bought these on. I go to Comic-Con every year, and I always buy art. Now I can't tell you the artists' names, but there's one guy that I go to, and I always buy his art every year.
And he's got this Mr.
Nice.
AJ the artist. He's got actually a superhero collage. I will send you the link. He does like
Awesome.
these YouTube videos of how he creates them, like they're kind of like sped up.
Oh.
And I will find you that link, and I will send
Awesome.
it to you. It's
Godfrey,
so
who do you
amazing.
like as an artist?
As an artist, like I would probably say I really like Banksy because like his art has a lot of message behind it. Like it has a meaning. It's like usually like related to social issues. So like, and I like how he's anonymous, you know, and like not really like to take credit for his own work. So I don't have any Banksy hanging in my place, but that's my art.
Now I have a super important question for Bruno. I think it's probably the most important question.
It is. I think I know what you're gonna ask
It
him.
really is.
Is it this one?
No, it's not even that. Nope.
No.
Batman versus Superman. How excited are you?
Oh,
Man, that in my eyes isn't
I'm-
even a competition.
The fact that there's Wonder Woman, I'm exploding.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Exploding.
Awesome.
I'm so excited.
Can't wait. Can't wait. In my eyes, it's no competition, but
Oh,
can't
I
wait.
know. I'm so excited. Okay, Dana, go.
okay. I got
You and Dana
one.
just like, what the hell are these guys talking about?
Bruno, how surprised was the jury when Ashley went on her comp run? Like she won HOH, back-to-back 3 vetoes. Like she was really setting
Right.
herself up.
Yeah, you know what? That actually gave her a lot of credit for votes, and people were starting to talk. Now, she did really well. I mean, I watched them. She won. I mean, she was killing it. When she won that one in 4 minutes, that was amazing. I couldn't believe she did that. But yeah, she was on a tear.
Destroyed
People
us.
started noticing, and you know what? It definitely got people's heads turning, and you know, she had a good shot. If she was in the final 2, I'm pretty sure she would have won.
Even against Sarah?
I think she would have won for sure.
Well, the thing is, you know, you gotta think.
Yeah, there's no way.
You gotta think. She automatically has, you know, Kevin, Peely, Zach,
Oh,
and JP.
absolutely.
That's 4 votes. She needs 1 more. If that's Willow, it's done. That's 5 votes. So there was, you know, not too much wiggle room. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Exactly. I got some stuff here. What do I want here? I have some questions. Sorry. I'm all crazy. So, Godfrey, okay. There's no
Yeah.
chicken feet beside you. But why was everybody so afraid of the chicken feet? Like,
To be honest, I think it's honestly just a cultural thing, you know, because like me coming from Zimbabwe, we know you eat everything, man. When you kill the goat, you eat the head, the hooves, the teeth. Like,
Native
nothing
Americans
goes to
do
waste.
too. Yeah.
Exactly, you know, like, and I think like more in Canada, like people have the option to choose which meal, and like so you're obviously not gonna say, well, I'm gonna have some chicken feet tonight,
Yeah.
but
I
it
think
tastes good. Bruno tried it
I
himself.
did.
the
Food,
how were they, Bruno?
almost
From one
won.
Canadian to another, how was the chicken feet? Be
You know,
honest.
it was the texture. Oh, I couldn't do it, man.
But they could have. There was a
I-
week where chicken feet were like the alternate food or something. They could have like boiled
Yeah,
the
that
chicken,
knockoff, right?
ate the broth with the spices you guys were allowed. You could have had like chicken soup.
Yeah, I think it's the way this
Tell
man
these
here.
people. Tell them.
I think it's
Listen,
just the way he cooked it, man, because it was gross.
I think it's the perfect food because it's something you can eat and pick your teeth as well,
There you
right?
go.
Amen. You eat it and pick your teeth. Multi-purpose.
Just pick it right out.
Multi-purpose.
The best part was like watching the fees and watching them at like dinner time, and like everyone's got like their plate full of stuff they're not gonna eat, and God's like, I'll eat that. No, it's I don't care. Give me
yeah.
that. Give me the bones. I'll eat it all.
I
love that guy.
them.
Love that
I
guy.
should invite all 3 of you, like really cook you up like a nice meal. You will change your mind, trust me. You will
I'm
change your
game.
I am game for
Godfrey.
it. I am not far away. I will hop on the train, Godfrey. I will hop on the train. It
Hop on
takes
the
an hour and
train.
5 minutes.
I've had worse things in my mouth.
I love that.
I have one for Bruno too. I mean, you're a big gamer. How was playing Big Brother like playing? I mean, you play a lot of like MMOs. Like I used to
Yeah.
play World of Warcraft. I know
Nice.
kind of what it's like. Like how similar is playing those games to playing Big Brother? Like it's a lot of strategy. So is it the
Absolutely.
same?
It's it's a lot of just just thinking ahead. You always got to have a couple steps ahead. You said you played World of Warcraft, so you know what it's like when you come in. You got to know what to do. You got to anticipate their moves.
Step into that circle in the wrong time, honey. You're dead.
There you go, buddy. You know what it's up. You know what's up. So it's one of those things. You got to anticipate what they're gonna do, and you got to counter it. So sometimes you got to be prepared before they even know they're gonna make that move. So it's just one of those things where it just mentally prepares you. It gives you that dedication and drive, because you know how it is. If you want to be the best at something like that, it takes a lot of dedication, a lot of drive, and I think I brought that to the game.
And then you get that shooting challenge. You're like, hey, I got this in the bag.
Yeah. I knew I won that one before it even started.
Poor Johnny. So like,
yeah.
I love Johnny. Like that kid, I could put him in my pocket and keep him there forever. He was so sad after that veto competition. It was so hard to.
Yeah, I felt bad. As much as as much as he had to go, I just wish that he had a fighting chance, because once I saw that challenge, I knew that he had no chance, and I felt bad for him. I felt like
elimination challenge. He didn't stand a shot. He
didn't even know your history, and he walked out in that field and went, I got no chance. And then there's Bobby trying to be like a war sniper.
Yeah.
He's so funny. Oh my god, I love that kid so much.
He's a good
so
man.
What's next for you guys? Like,
go for it, buddy.
Oh man,
back to school, back to
geez,
work.
I don't even know. Like, I hate that question when people ask you what's next.
I want to see
Big Brother house.
Yeah. I want to see you on mattress commercials sleeping. There were so many shots of you sleeping. Like, I want you in a Serta commercial. I want you on a Tempur-Pedic.
Sleep Country commercial.
Country.
Actually, you're starting to give me some ideas here. Like, I actually hadn't thought about that.
I'm a good brainstormer.
I might have to get myself
a brick commercial. Oh my gosh, why is the brick not using it?
Jon and Dana, man, you guys should be my new agents, man. Like, you guys got all these ideas.
Oh, call the break.
But yeah, I don't know. I just want to finish school, finish my degree.
That's
How
awesome.
about you, Bruno? Are you going back to work anytime soon? Or?
Yeah, so you know what? Starting Monday, I'm back at work most likely, and I got the kids and stuff. So I've been even like this time off and stuff. I've been just homebody, just staying at home with the kids, getting caught up, and just spending some quality time. And Monday comes, back to work, back to the grind.
And I saw you've been doing some pretty cool stuff too. You went to a school and saw one of your fans that's disabled, and it's so nice to watch you guys like going out and using. This fame, that you have for now, for the good instead of.
Yeah, she was. I heard she was a huge fan. She and I just. She reached out, and I had, this is one of those things. I said, I'd love to do this, and I did. So I went and, gave her a shirt, signed a shirt, gave her some autographs and stuff, and she loved it. She absolutely loved it, and I loved the fact that I got to meet her and a true fan and everything. I love that. I absolutely.
Make someone say, now, how are the babies? How are those precious little boys? Like.
They're big now. Oh my! Like my oldest one. It definitely shocked me. It definitely shocked me. My oldest one's riding a bike now without pedals and stuff, but he's just whipping around and he's great. My youngest one's crawling. He wasn't even close to that when I left, and he starts making noises, and they're just so much bigger, and it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah.
Bruno, man, you need a babysitter? I got you, man. You're 15 an hour. That's the price.
This guy's just gonna sleep, man.
Study online at your house watching your guys' kids. You guys, exactly.
Big Brother 17 starts in like what?
Cannot wait. Oh man.
What do you want to see happen? Do you want it to be all stars? Do you want it to be new players? Like
fans versus favorites. That's what I want to see.
Me too.
That'd be nice. Yeah. And,
do you want that battle of the block to continue on, or do you want them to like act?
No.
I think we've had.
I didn't like that. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't like that at all. That was no.
Or the three eviction that they did that one year with Alyssa. Like
what?
The big BB15 when they had the three eviction, the three nominees.
Oh yeah, the third nomination. Yeah, like I didn't like that one too as much. Like.
See, I'm a strong believer in let the players play. Just let them play. Put them in a house. Let the best man win or woman, whatever. Let them win. That's what I say. Let them play. But the seasons they're so deep into them now. It's not.
What was your favorite season? But for both of you, which was of BBUS? What was your favorite season?
The All-Star for me, for sure.
So that's BB what, 7?
I'd say season 10 for me. Yeah.
Season 10.
One Dan one.
I go between season 4. Like season 4, like is like my favorite of the early seasons, and then I love like season 10.
Yeah, season 10 was a good one. That was a good season.
So instead of like a bunch of twists, hopefully there's not in this next season of Big Brother US, I would like a little like Zingbot and like Naked and Afraid, right? Like let's just not have anything, just naked, starving.
There you
go.
Man, they should make you the new. They should make you the new producer for that.
Oh, I know.
See that, man. Naked, Zingbot, just don't
Naked Big Brother, that would be, or like Dating in the Dark Big Brother, like where you never see each other and it's just like,
that's something new.
Naked and Afraid Big Brother, that's what I want to see.
Dating in the Dark.
Go ahead, John.
Well, you guys, I know we've got about an hour. I know it's getting kind of late there. I just want to thank you so much for being on the show. You guys are so awesome.
Thank you guys, man.
Yeah,
thank you.
It's our pleasure. It's great that you even asked us to come, man. It's awesome.
Absolutely. We love
our boys.
Yes, and we loved interviewing you, and of course they're on our website now. I don't know if you've had a chance to check them out, but you should.
Yeah.
And is there any final thoughts you want to tell everyone? Godfrey?
And honestly, I'd just like to say thank you to like all the people supporting me, all the fans, like everybody who was like giving me so much respect and appreciated the game I played, Like I'd like to just thank all those people, and like just like, because it's been when you come out of that house and like you've only been talking to like those 16 people and you come out and everybody is showing you all this love, it's really overwhelming, And like I try my best to reply to all of them. And, like, I just want to say, like, I love everybody, and the cast, and, like, the whole team. You guys, too, man. Y'all rock.
Yay.
Our Oreo. We were the reverse Oreo in the backyard.
That's right.
I remember that. Hey, I got a picture of myself, too, man. Yeah.
That's right.
The reverse Oreo reunion, man. Yeah.
Bruno, any final thoughts?
Yeah, I want to say the same thing, I really want to just thank everyone that supported me, and not even just me, but everyone along the way, the show it wouldn't be what it is without the fans and everything, even if you didn't support, say, me or Godfrey or whatever, just as long as you support the show, it was great, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. We tried to bring some entertainment, I just want to thank everybody for watching and just showing some love, and the fans and everything. You guys have been great. You guys too. Everyone's been great, so it's been a great ride.
Godfrey, tell us where we can find you again.
Hey, my Instagram, Godfrey the Godfather. Follow me. Twitter, BBCAN3 Godfrey. I'll be tweeting up what I'm doing when I'm taking my nap, eating my chicken feet. You know my regular routine. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Nothing new. I might call out a few people via Twitter too. Yeah. So just keep in touch.
Awesome. And Bruno, where can we find you?
You can find me at BBCAN3 Bruno on Twitter, and I think it's Bruno Ielo BBCAN3 on Instagram. I don't know. You got to ask Godfrey. He probably knows better than I do.
Yeah,
so,
Bruno.
I just got it, so I'm new to it.
BBCAN3. I'll be keeping you out.
Whatever it is. But yeah.
Yeah, Bruno Ielo BBCAN3.
There you go. That's the man right there. You see, he's my right hand.
You got to tell us too, man. Yeah. Where do we find you guys?
You can find me at Comedy Jonah. I'm following both of you guys, so follow me back. You need any advice, Godfrey, on mattress endorsements or commercials, let me know. I got all kinds of feedback.
We'll talk.
Oh my gosh. Before I give you my Twitter handle, I just want to make an announcement. Tomorrow, Jon and I are back here again. We are talking with the winner of Big Brother Canada, Sarah Hanlon, 8:30 Eastern. So get your questions ready for Sarah, and there will be a little surprise guest at the end of that show. So you are going to want to stay the whole hour-ish and hear what Sarah's got to say. We are so excited to hear everything she's got to say tomorrow, and don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel so that you don't miss any of our shows. Thumbs up our video, and you can find me on Twitter at dgoodyear1975, and Instagram, I think it's Dana's Reality. I don't know. I always forget about
it's Dana's Reality.
I always forget about it.
Yeah.
I hate pictures of myself, so I never post anything but my dog. So And my dog is pretty cute, but yeah, that's where you can find me on social media.
You gotta show love to your pets.
Yes.
We will be back tomorrow night, right, John?
Yep.
Alrighty, so bye everybody.
Thank you so